What's up, my rainbow unicorns? Welcome to your April reading. I've missed you all. I have not been able to record due to some, my father has been struggling with his health, and I had to go back to the east side of the state, and there's not, it's a very different environment that I don't feel comfortable filming and sharing my energy 2000%. So I did miss you. I did miss YouTube. I missed channeling this energy for you guys. And as you can see, we have some new additions. I have this amethyst crystal that's about the size of my head, courtesy of my Uncle Loris. And my Uncle Dave got me this for Christmas. So it's like a little psychic reading, and it's this wooden book thing that you can open and fill things, but it fits our vibe, right? And these are like fidget things that Marty has, because he always has the latest in fidgets. But I love, there was a third one and he lost it. So, but they're just so fun. Okay, anyways, we're moving on. We're past fidgets. Okay, so we have 3 piles here to choose from. I'm going to begin each pile with an oracle general vibes reading, and then that way you will know whether or not that pile was meant for you before we get into the tarot cards. So, and I got some new cards for my birthday, some new decks. So I'm using some of those today as well. Very, very exciting. So we have pile 1 with the Gaia stone, pile 2 with the tumbled tiger's eye, and then pile 3 we have a piece of blue apatite, and it is raw in the flesh. Here we go. So show you her. They're all pretty small today, but that's okay. That is okay. I'm in a really good mood. And we have this. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. And if you feel like listening to all of them, you know what? There might be messages in each of them. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what does not. If you're interested in a personalized reading from me, I always leave my Etsy shop linked down below. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button if it resonated, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future readings on this channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Toodles! Hello, pile 1. I almost said pile 3. So maybe some of you were drawn to that blue apatite stone. All 3 of the crystals that I have chosen today are perfect crystals to welcome spring with, okay? And so this Gaia stone is meant to uplift your heart chakra, help you connect with Mother Nature. Maybe you have sort of fallen out of doing that, and I think connecting with nature is very grounding for our souls. So I'm going to sage your energies, or sage your aura, and we're going to cleanse. Take a deep breath before we get started. I'm going to cleanse myself, and we're just going to get into it. So with that being said, we're going to begin. I thank you, Angelo. He's probably never going to watch this video, but he actually got me with a gift card through a gift card that he got me, so indirectly. So this deck by Amanda Lovelace. It's the Believe in Your Own Magic deck, and I try to link all of the names of the decks that I use down below in case you're inspired to purchase it for yourself. Let them go with the number 18. Okay, so heavy energies. We have 1, Transcendence, Crown Chakra, Moonstone. Graceful and strong, becoming your ideal. And finally, this is our Radiant Sun Oracle. I purchased this through an Amazon gift card I got for my birthday. We got flattery with the Venus in Gemini transit or influence. Okay, so let's get into it. I just want to note that April 18th, April 1st, April 3rd, or April 4th, or technically April 22nd as well. Any of those dates might have some significance for you. Also, Venus and Gemini, the transit for this actually occurs on May 2nd. So you might feel compelled between now and then to explore more with friends. I think maybe that that transit might inspire a little bit more extroversion. I think your spirit guides are inviting you to, I'm not saying isolate yourself for the whole month of April. That's, I am seeing with this Let Them Go and the Tree card that there is some healing as far as trauma goes, whether this be recognizing smaller subconscious wounds as a result of childhood trauma, so that's little t, or big T trauma. This could be a life event that you're going through, a separation perhaps of a loved one, because we do have becoming your ideal. Maybe you're recognizing that certain things others have told you or will be telling you in April are more surface level compliments. It's going to depend on how you feel about yourself. Your self-esteem might be tested, because when you perceive someone's compliments as a load of BS, it usually reflects a lower self-regard. And so this is inviting you to romanticize yourself, taking yourself out on a date. Like, love yourself as you would a partner. Okay? I'm also getting this imagery here. We have different portrayals of trees. It actually looks like in this, and my eyes could just be playing tricks, but it looks like there's a reflection of palm trees. So somewhere with palm trees might be calling your name. I know that spring break is just around the corner for a lot of you. For those of you who work in a school, or for those of you who have children, that whole vibe of spring break and getting away for some sunny D, that's evident. And maybe you have been isolating. And so treating yourself to some sort of experience that involves getting your body outside. But the Tree of Life is all about interconnectedness, rebirth, insight and knowledge, family, growth, stability. This flattery card, be aware of duplicitous interactions or conversations that perhaps have an alternative, or like an alternate motive, or like you might have to pick and choose your battles when it comes to challenging what is being brought up. Sometimes we can get angry because we don't agree with the insights that someone else is sharing. But keeping in mind that these reflections are coming from their experience, and so therefore they justify, their rationale is legitimate because this is what they've been through. And sometimes, yes, it's okay to speak up and it's okay to be that advocate. But if it's putting your mental health in jeopardy, possibly rethinking the way that you approach conversations. With this tree, I am seeing that you could be building a family tree or learning more about your ancestral history, paying your respects to your ancestors, cutting ties or forgiving those who have wronged you, like things like that. Even creating a recipe that you made with a relative at some point, or making a dish in honor of someone that you really love. That could be something, or just like cooking together, right? Find something to laugh about. Okay. Connecting with your social circle is definitely something that your spirit guides are wanting you to do. With this and this energy, like the Venus in Gemini and then the letting go, you could be losing a connection with a Gemini or someone who had a lot of Gemini in their chart. Gemini is the sign of the intellect. It's the sign, one of the signs that's ruled by Mercury. So having deeper conversations that sort of transcend this superficial component in the month of April might be something that is coming up. Like, for example, let's say you have a wedding to go to and then you are not able to go with this person that you were planning on. Yes, it's scary going into a situation by yourself, but imagine the connections that you might make. Or like the perspective. Like, it's bittersweet, yes. But this is sort of transcending the limitations that a situation brings in search of something a little bit deeper. Venus in Gemini is the transit that is going to inspire a love of exploration, especially within your local community. So maybe going to a bookstore or a craft shop or a stationery store, hosting or attending some sort of gathering. It could even be game night. It doesn't have to be a black tie event per se. It could even be you and another person sharing a cup of coffee over FaceTime and having a connection in that sense. This transit also invites you to learn more about yourself, nurture that self-awareness so that you can cultivate deeper connections. For example, learning your love language or deepening your understanding of what boundaries can look like and different types of boundaries that you can have. Okay. There's also that quote that comes to mind. What is it? Like, imitation is the highest form of flattery, but the lowest form of creativity. So you might find that other people might be copying you or copying your style, and just know that they might not have the capability to think for themselves yet. I guess you can take that as you would like. Like, I know that it's not necessarily fun when someone copies you, but they might not have ever been someone who's identified as creative. And so you see them as an inspiration. The book Steal Like an Artist comes to mind as I'm looking at these cards. Okay, let's see what messages come up for you. I'm going to take one card, I think, for love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual growth. And see, this is the thing. Like, I'm kind of taking it. Kino and ASO both do monthly readings like this. And sometimes I think that I've done a one card reading before, and honestly, it was one of my most powerful readings. So sometimes one card is all that you need, pile one. You don't need to, and I will clarify with my clarifier deck, but let's see, pile one. So for April. For April, love and relationships. For April, love and relationships. For April, pile one. Interesting that we have the Strength card, okay? The Strength card has to do with setting boundaries, how strong we feel in our own skin compared to other people. I will get a love oracle because I'm curious to see what it has to say. We do have the Knight of Chalices on the back of the deck. This is almost making me think that you're going to meet someone at a party, or you're going to connect deeply with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Let's see. what love messages come up. The strength. It takes strength to be yourself and to let others in, especially if you've been hurt before. You might still be needing to deal with an ex if it's something like that, where you need to muster that mental strength, that emotional strength to be able to handle conversations or interactions with them in some way, shape, or form, and remaining strong. We do have on the back of the deck, let your friends help you. Your friends are going to be super, super important at this time. Ask for and accept support from others. It does not make you any weaker. Asking for help, if anything, it makes you more resilient, okay, against adversity. We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Now, obviously, this might be somebody that you already know. However, I think that this is sort of a guarantee for those who have recently lost romantic partners, that you will be loved by someone a new love is coming. I'm hearing as the seasons change. So for some of you, you might meet them closer to May or June, when the sun is in Gemini or when the moon is in Gemini, when we're having our new moon in that sign. I don't know when that is. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, that might be something. Maybe you meet them through mutual friends or through mutual coworkers. But with this Knight of Cups here, this is a very patient card, right? This is someone who has this heart of gold that walks into your life at the right time and offers you inspiration, okay? Also, it takes strength to let people know when you're ready to let love in and when you're not. So if you feel pressure, then it's not the right person. If this person is making you feel rushed or is trying to emotionally comfort you, that's one thing. Because as a friend, that's something that but like, let's say you have a friend who may have an attraction to you, or like, don't let them force it, okay? You ultimately decide when you're ready. But this could mean that a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus has their eyes on you. They just don't want, like, they haven't made their feelings known, okay? I like to get these, and I also got these tea leaf oracle cards. Oh, I'm so excited. I did not realize how many cards would be in this deck, because this isn't all of them. Okay, so we have, okay. We had 3 cards come out. Hold on. Okay, gotcha. We have ear, good news. Somebody might be talking about you, or you might be hearing good news about something happening in terms of love and relationships. Like, maybe the two of you are getting approved for a new apartment. Maybe one of you is receiving a job or a job promotion. We have horse, short journey. So this short journey, maybe you take a trip for somebody and you end up meeting them unexpectedly, and you sort of cultivate this connection quite unexpectedly. The horse is also a symbol for freedom, okay, and liberation. And so you are freeing yourself from your own limitations. You are taking a step back, and you are no longer tolerating behavior that doesn't meet up to your standards, okay? some of you might be getting an ear piercing, or like you might be getting a re-piercing. I don't know, something like that. We also have wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. So this could definitely be an ex that is trying to make this separation a bit more difficult for you. They might be stalking your socials, even if they've blocked you. They could be resisting this change because they ultimately don't want to lose you, or they don't want you to be successful without them, which is really, really sad. That might be the case for some of you, okay? This strength is also encouraging those of you who feel like you need more from your partner to ask for your needs to be met. I don't know if you heard that. Okay. So like if you're maybe not getting enough, let's say your love language is quality time, but you don't get enough of that with your partner, making that known. Or, if you haven't been so active in the bedroom and that's something that you need in a relationship at this time, like asking for it is okay. It's okay to ask. Okay, career and studies for pile 1 in April. Career and studies for my pile 1s in April. Okay, we have the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles might mean that you're in between jobs right now, or that you have a side hustle in addition to your day job, and you're really trying to make things work. You are going to find a little bit more, I think you're going to try to multitask, but take it one at a time, okay? We do also have the High Priestess in reverse. So if you feel something, if you feel called to do something, if you feel called to pursue a position or inquire about it within your job, then maybe do so. And that might lead to more opportunities or new opportunities that you didn't think were possible. Maybe this is you juggling appointments, like scheduling interviews and all of that and getting your resume, but you're definitely putting in action, okay? Jupiter in Capricorn is what the 2 of Pentacles represents. The Venus in Gemini is also like the flattery. Well, like flattery can get you everywhere, if you've heard that before. So being extra charismatic in conversations, whether that be virtual or in person. And we're going to get oopsies. Okay, I'm going to get a life purpose card and then a wealth and abundance card. So let's see. 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles for my pile 1s in April 2023. Spiritual teacher. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. Some of you could be in education. Some of you might be considering, getting into yoga or becoming, getting involved with their place of worship or something. I don't know. You might feel called to do more. Okay. We also have creative expression. So, your soul longs to express yourself creatively. You might feel like there's a part missing in the role that you play at work. And so, maybe you even express yourself creatively through, because teaching yoga for me, that's something that's creative, right? Or engaging with spirituality helps you teach others, or show up as a life coach, for example, or help people understand the law of attraction, even if you're making YouTube videos about it, or maybe that's something that you've thought about. Pile 1, April 2023. Look at that. We have windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. Maybe you are being asked to work more than you thought you were originally going to, or maybe there's benefits with this position that you're going for, or benefits become available to you, or certain perks within the job become available. Let's see what else we have from the tea leaf in career and studies. For my individuals like who are studying, you might be using spirituality in or a form of religion or something like that in a thesis, or you might be needing to choose a major or declare a major. Okay, let's see. We have wishbone. A wish is granted. Look at this. Some of you are manifesting some sort of professional career success, or money is flowing in, or maybe you even start an Etsy shop. We have teapot, okay? Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So maybe you are going into business with a close friend of yours. Maybe that's something that you have been wishing for. We have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. What did I say about interviews, or even meeting people that you're going to be working with, okay, in April? Or you are needing to do a lot of networking as a part of the job that you're. Okay, let's see what else we have. Believe in yourself, and you'd be surprised what happens if you believe in yourself. Spiritual and personal growth for my pile ones, April 2023. Interesting. We have the King of Scythes or the King of Swords. So you might be in a position of leadership, or you might be celebrating some sort of milestone with an air sign. Okay, so this is someone who has Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini in their big three, or as their Venus energy. Okay. Someone really admires you for their loyalty that you have put into a company, or the willingness to learn. This could also be you, in that you're stepping up to a higher position of leadership in terms of how others see you, right? Like maybe you're an influencer or something. We also do have the Two of Stakes, or the Two of Wands, on the bottom of the deck. So maybe you are leaving one career path to pursue another, or maybe you are receiving counseling to kind of help you make that decision and to grow. I am seeing that someone who is skilled in communication, this could even be a counselor. It doesn't have to be a career counselor or a marital counselor, but if it applies, it applies. Let's see. But this King of Scythes might be a mentor for you, right? Hard work ahead. We have the Table. So you are still growing into yourself, or you might still be dealing with issues that perhaps you are unable to receive an unbiased opinion about. And so you are consulting with some sort of legal professional, or some sort of you're consulting in a manager or in a professional mentor in some way, shape, or form to get closure or to get clarity on this. And you might even need to embody this King of Scythes energy when it comes to moving forward in the world. Even taxes. I know taxes can be scary, but if you perceive it as, I am going to struggle through this is going to be a pain in the ass, it's going to suck more. This is also having a vision board, right? And believing in the visions that you are trying to achieve. Let's see what else we have, because we did have a few more tea leaf cards. We have a carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. So this King of Swords might be helping you through it, walking you through it, or you might be relying on someone for their approval in some way, shape, or form. We have a lot here, but I'm just going to go with it. We have scissors, disappointment in some affair. You might need to cut ties with someone. Perhaps this is an air sign or someone who has Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in their chart. They could be older. They might not be, but this is someone who bends truth to their will. And if you're finding that every conversation like involves them forcing their beliefs down your throat, it's not going to be one that you grow from, right? Wow, we have a lot, but okay, but we have 3 more. Pale, time to get out of a situation, okay? So this King of Swords person could be helping you, or you might be needing to be this King of Swords in the situation. We have Arrow, you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life, and only you will be able to know what that is, whether it's love, whether it's career and studies, whether it is the direction of life that you are choosing to go. Know that you are on the right path. Even if it feels like a loss right now, I promise you that blessings are going to follow. This is also learning more about yourself. I know that I touched a little bit on this awareness that you are beginning to explore more of and demonstrate more curiosity about. This could even be, working with your counselor on a self-love workbook or something. I don't know. Just I'm giving ideas here. And we do have Wall, misunderstanding. So anytime that you come across a misunderstanding with someone, just asking them that simple question, what do you mean by that? Can you explain yourself a little bit more? I wasn't quite sure. Because again, either way, it forces them to show their true colors. Moonstone is a wonderful stone as well if you're considering something, but this is perfect for a new path, a new beginning, self-discovery. It's also really great for protecting your vibrations. Even getting it like as a piece of jewelry, okay? Like that is perfect. And it also helps awaken the divine feminine and sort of reassuring yourself that you are going to be okay and that you are able to accept the blessings and the help that people are giving you. So let's see the top 3 zodiac signs that are going to be prominent in the month of April. This could be yours or someone else's. We have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. We have Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. And we have Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So Scorpio, Aquarius, and Gemini. All right, now I'm going to get the big 3. We have Jupiter, the 4th house, and Libra. So you might be considering, okay, this is month 4, okay, but we are in the 4th house, so you might be making plans to move and expand your house, or you might be looking at different properties that are potential contestants. You might be getting different pieces of furniture, or you might be clearing out space to make room for something more. For some of you, you might be moving in with a partner, or you might be moving out on your own and sort of developing your own confidence and your own strength from being independent. But Libra, you call the shots. This could also be for some of you needing to have a conversation with a roommate or with your partner about certain boundaries in terms of keeping up with chores and responsibilities around the home. You could also be receiving a visit from somebody, and that opens up and deepens your connection with someone one-on-one. Jupiter, I'm thinking like travel. And so let me really quick see, because some of you could be staying at somebody else's home in a city that is ruled by Libra. I'm just curious. I'm looking it up. Okay, we have Antwerp, Belgium, Copenhagen, Denmark, Fribourg, Switzerland, Lisbon, Portugal, Leeds and Nottingham, England. And then in the US, Riverside, California, Rock Island, Illinois, Roswell, New Mexico, Eugene, Oregon, Rapid City, South Dakota, Knoxville, Tennessee, Waco, Texas, Alexandria, Virginia. So you could be buying a home in those places or even just visiting family there. So yeah, that's what I have for you, my loves. Those who chose pile 1, please give this video a like if it resonated, because it really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more pick a card readings like this in the future. All right, toodles! Okay, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we're gonna start with some sage. I really like cleansing the energies of the cards and your energy field as well, to sort of set the vibe, you know. Love a good sage. So just gonna, and we'll cleanse the cards, cleanse the decks. So let's get into it. And we're going to start with your oracle cards, and then if you feel like this energy is resonating, continue to the tarot. And if not, perhaps there is a different pile for you. So I have this little tumbled tiger eye crystal, so cute. I'm going to put her over there. There might be a cat in your future. Whether like you're planning on getting a new pet in April. We have Phoenix. How's that for happily ever after? We have appreciation with the moon in Leo. We have light a candle, let the truth shine through the darkness. And then we have 20, Super 7, Alrisha Star, Direction. Okay, so I'm going to say first that maybe the 9th, the 5th, or the 14th of the month might be significant, as well as the 20th. The moon is in Leo, April 1st and 2nd, and it's also going to be in the sign of Leo from the 27th of April to the 29th. Also, the new moon in Leo might be important for you. So this energy in April is calling you to come out of the clouds, perhaps solidify a new happy ending for yourself. And with this Phoenix card, appreciate the journey so far, but also know that you have the right to decide what your own happy ending is. And April is going to be an inspiring time for you to unleash this creativity that you've been holding back from yourself and from the world. When the moon is in Leo, it is a very good time to promote your services. So some of you might be tarot readers, or you might have an Etsy shop. You might be, very crafty. So, or you might be musicians. So some of you might be booking gigs around that time, or you might be getting some recognition on social media. I just saw 333 on the viewfinder, so that might also be a confirmation from your spirit guides. Leo has to do with love affairs, play, creativity, fertility, childlike, joy and wonder. So those, and self-expression and drama. So some of you might even be in a play, or you might be acting or auditioning for something as well. This is also a card that calls you to interact or engage with whatever you're passionate about. Okay, and maybe certain circumstances influenced the time you had available for whatever that passion was, or maybe you were learning a new instrument. I'm seeing that in April. You might set aside a little bit more time to focus on recharging those creative batteries and putting them to use. With this light a candle card, you know, when a person is upset or angry, that's usually when you see their true colors. And maybe somebody has been keeping you in the dark about something. In April, you're going to start to really see how bad this person left you in the dark. Perhaps there was expenses that they kept hidden, so shining a light to. Also, this is I'm not saying you're splitting up with your partner, but for those of you that are dealing with some sort of separation, you might be seeing it from the other side. You might have gone through all of this and are now seeing the light of the situation, okay? You might be working on creating a nighttime routine so that you have more productivity in your day, but also you have a little bit more ease as you're waking up in the morning. Maybe you're getting one of those, or you've been considering getting one of those sunrise alarm clocks so you have a little bit more ease, but I'm seeing that you're prioritizing your sleep schedule, okay? Also, let the truth shine through the darkness. Truth ultimately sets you free. When you're empowered in your truth, you are going in the right direction. So I think with this direction card, you might have had to choose, or you might even have been forced. Circumstances might have even forced you into a different direction that perhaps you weren't expecting. And so how's that for a happily ever after? It's like that sass. It's that clap back where you're releasing other people's approval, or, you're releasing your comfort zone, and this new direction is empowering you to have new experiences. Yeah, you're rewriting, you're releasing old stories that you've either told about yourself or have been told about you, and you're writing your own. Okay, this is closing the book and is calling you to have next chapter. Some of you might even be going to a concert and having this celebratory moment of closure. In fact, let me pull some Taylor Swift songs. I didn't really feel called to do it, but I feel like music might be very, very empowering for you in this new direction. So let's get some songs from Taylor Swift herself. I'll get a couple popsicle sticks as well. We have Cardigan. Yes, the other side of the door, seeing things from a different perspective now that you have healed or are in the process of healing said wounds. And obviously that's going to take some time as well. We have Paper Rings. This song is one of my favorite songs, okay, on the Lover album. But we have Lover, we have Fearless, and we have Folklore, okay? So those albums might be of significance to you. Appreciating the love that you can give from a genuine source, okay? Also, May might be important as well because that is the 5th month of the year. Or maybe the moon is transiting your 5th house. The new moon, I'm saying. We have Happiness. I love that. Happiness is... You might also be receiving messages from animal spirits or birds. When you see birds, you know that you're on the right path. Lavender Haze. And Paris. Woo! See, she flicked. Okay. So those songs might have some certain lyrics in there. Also, the letter P might be significant to you. Okay, the letter P. the color purple might be important. Appreciate the strength that you've had to summon so far to get yourself to where you are right now, and the power that you have in your voice to advocate for yourself. That's something that spirit guides want you to pay attention to in April. Okay, let's get some tarot cards. So I'm going to do one for each category: love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. All right, we're using the Buffy tarot. If you're curious, I usually try to leave all of the decks I use listed in the description box below. So pile 2, love and relationships. Pile 2, love and relationships. Being your own source of entertainment. I just heard that. Be your own source of entertainment. Okay, so we have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to put... we have Mr. Giles over here. And then we do have the Four of Swords in reverse. So you might not be getting enough sleep due to a poorly maintained sleep schedule, or you might be blaming things that have occurred in your relationship on yourself, and that has taken a very strong emotional toll. We have this image on the stained glass window of a woman asking what looks to be a person in authority for a break, or to give some sort of mercy. And maybe it's hard for you to ask for help, or maybe you've noticed that, you can talk about something in counseling or in talk therapy, but when it comes to putting that into practice, you struggle a little bit with that, whether it's, boundary setting or saying no. No is a complete sentence. I think that you need to hear that. I don't know why I'm getting blind date, but some of you might be going on a blind date, or your significant other might be surprising you with a night on the town or some sort of adventure that ultimately strengthens your relationship. This is giving advice but not taking your own. Okay, so be mindful. Also, understand that people give advice, and sometimes that comes from a place of insecurity. So if a person is telling you something and they are nowhere close to living the dream life or having the dream relationship, then they're not, you don't need to take their advice. Okay? Paper rings just went flying. Some of you might be getting engaged or going to a wedding in April. Oopsies, I'm hearing early in the month. But some of you might be on the 4th, might be on that might be the 4th, or the 4th week of the month. Okay. Okay, we also have deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Again, someone might not be doing what they're saying they're going to do. And so broken promises, again, it does hurt because there is a level of trust that is violated. Okay. We also have, what did I just say? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, some of you are celebrating a friend or family member's engagement, but others of you might also be talking about what engagement would look like. Or some of you were engaged or talking about engagement, and that is no longer the case. I also want to get a tea leaf oracle for my love message for pile 2. I almost said pile 1. Pile 2. I don't like this deck. Sometimes it scares me. We have, what did I just say about birds? We have owl. Good advice from a wise person. So hear people out, but know that you ultimately have the say-so. When it comes to accepting a person's advice. But I do think that you are going to be taking advice from someone, and you'll know who that someone is. It could be an aunt or an uncle. Like, it could be someone older or with a different form of experience. We do have Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. Now, usually the Tower card is something that I associate with tarot, and, the Tower is usually tumbling. So for some of you, maybe like you are still trying to figure out why your Tower crumbled. We have Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. I like that. Let's see the months of the year. Like, when is this advice coming to you? Or when is stability coming? What's an important time for my love? November and December might be an important time for you in the realm of love. You might be meeting someone significant during this time, or things escalate with this person come November and December of this year. We also have May at the bottom of the deck as well. May is actually coming up. It's right around the corner. I know we're doing April, but okay. Also, I'm called to tell you the color of the month in this deck, or in this book. I'm used to having decks. We have Cayenne, fiery, energetic, courageous. The color of the month of April is cayenne. Fiery and energetic, this color signifies passion, strength, and courage. Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, governs the heavens during the month of April. We've entered the spring season, during which there's promise of growth and plenty, and everything is new and popping with excitement. This is a time for new beginnings and initiating action. The code is Pantone 181651, if that's something you're interested in. But maybe you wear a dress that is this color, okay, that emulates this fiery, energetic, courageous vibe. I don't know why I felt called to, but I did. Excuse me. All right, so let's get a card for career and studies. I'm also hearing that conversations are going to be very, very powerful during the month of April for you. And you are definitely going to have a lot of appreciation for your gifts and the gifts of your loved ones and the magic that they're able to create with their gifts as a result. Okay, let's see. Career and studies for my pile 2s, April 2023. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a card that kind of talks about, sticking it out for the ride, right? Even if maybe it's not something that you're completely in love with. We also do have the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Swords at the back of the deck. And this is Jenny Calendar. If you don't know Buffy, pay no attention. But like, this is someone who's a teacher. She is a computer teacher. And so she sort of introduces this theme or this element of modernity. And it's interesting because this person, I can't remember his name. Riley. His name is Riley. He sort of blindly follows this psych teacher / mentor of his. And she ends up being the bad guy who wants to hunt Buffy down, right? So, like, standing by a cause, even if you're not the biggest fan of it, is something that I'm hearing in April, only because that's about to change soon. You might have an interview with someone who's really important and can make change happen for you or introduce you to a new method of doing things. The Knight of Pentacles is discipline and sort of sticking it out. And I don't know why I keep repeating myself there, but your spirit guides, or like if you've had career goals that maybe you've abandoned, or, you want to start that side hustle, continue to do action to sort of, like, you can't expect something to blossom if you haven't been putting active energy towards it, if that makes sense. Can you clarify the Knight of Pentacles? I'm hearing some of you might have a harder time focusing, so breaking things into smaller tasks might help you. We do have children here, so your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. Some of you could be teachers, okay? So some of you might have to work within the time constraints of your district, or of the school that you're working in. Others of you, let's say you're a counselor and you work with kids and you really are getting down on yourself because you quite haven't seen that potential unlock. This is your sign that it will happen. You just have to stick it out, okay? And don't forget to balance your career with, like, your personal life, because I think sometimes the Knight of Pentacles can neglect their needs in pursuit of the higher goal, okay, or of the greater good. But just keep in mind that if there's no you, then there's no work to be done. Detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time, so be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. I'm also seeing this, like, this could be an earth sign that's a coworker of yours. Maybe they constantly complain about, the job, and they don't necessarily make the day easier for you. It's okay to distance yourself. I think we put a lot of pressure on ending relationships because we're afraid to walk away. We're afraid to say no. But if you've been feeling like this has happened chronically and nothing that you can say or no positive spin you can put on the situation really affects their perception, whatever. I do think that you are close with a coworker and you might find that you spend more time with them, even outside of work. Or you're going somewhere to network. I also heard taking orders. I think you're going to also be meeting with someone who might help you guide you in this new direction. Interesting. We have bags, something important such as a new job or a raise. Okay, so that is relevant. Maybe somebody is watching you and you have a performance review and you do really well and it's something that happens unexpectedly. We also have money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. I like this energy. Okay, a bag is waiting for you. Maybe you're saving up to get, you go get that bag, girl, but maybe you get a bag, or like maybe when you surpass a certain milestone in your career, maybe it's a goal for you to get a nice bag, or maybe you decide to make it one in April. Okay. You are on the right path. So if you've ever been doubting where, the direction that you're going, trust that it's all working out in your favor. Some of you might be even finding new pathways as someone who works from home as well, as a stay-at-home parent. Okay, let me reset my camera and then we'll do personal and spiritual growth. Alrighty, so let's get to it. Pile 2, spiritual and personal growth. Oh, I love this. I think you are learning to become more open with your feelings, with people who you can genuinely trust. Okay. This is celebrating you, celebrating authenticity. Okay. And really cherishing the friendships that mean the most to you. Okay. We do have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So shaming yourself, let's say, you're extremely burnt out from work. And all you want to do is sit on your butt on the couch and watch TV or scroll through TikTok. Yes, it offers some short-term relief, but it's not as rewarding socially as like hanging out with your soul tribe. And I think hanging out with your soul family, your closest friends this month is really going to help you welcome this new chapter with open arms and a willingness to do your best. And sometimes you need that pep talk from a true friend who has been there and has seen you try. Okay, so let's see what the Three of Cups has to say. Spiritual and personal growth. You have Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person that you should not cross. And maybe talking with your friends can help you blow off some steam from this person, or maybe even help you understand where this person might be coming from. We do have Boot on the back of the deck. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. That doesn't mean throw self-care out the window. Okay, we have 3 more. We have Vine. Seek out information that will help you, like finding out through the grapevine. And this is also a sign to perhaps network with other coworkers so you are a little bit more informed, or like ask around about how a certain process goes. I'd be careful not to gossip too much, okay? And if you're having a hard time opening up about something, focus on sharing when you're ready instead of forcing yourself or choosing to be dishonest, because that might be easier than opening up about how you truly feel. Okay. We do have Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. If your needs are not being met, I think it's time to open up and ask instead of making assumptions and then talking about it with your friends. Like, that's kind of what that's giving me. I am kind of seeing a friends with benefits situation. Just make sure that you're practicing safely. And make sure that the other person has that same expectation. Because let's say you're not wanting a serious relationship. That's why, like, a blind date is probably better for that. But at the same time, I think it's all going to work out. I think you might meet someone at a party that might stirs up something. Okay, I don't know. I'm feeling it. We also have Dog, protection from a powerful friend. Loyalty is something that you value, and I think that you are going to be receiving that as well. And know that this person, whoever this is always thinking about you. So, in a good way, not like in a stalkerish way. But that's all I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you soon. Toodles! Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading for April 2023. I'm going to light some sage just to cleanse your vibe. If you can hear kids, I live right by school, so yay me, that's the soundtrack of the neighborhood. Let's take a minute and just calm your energies. Calm your energies. And I'm going to cleanse my crown chakra and my third eye. And we're just going to start in slow circles. Okay. If you chose the blue apatite crystal, then this is your reading with your oracle cards. So I'm going to get some themes and energies that are going to be prevalent in the month of April. And if you feel like you resonate by the end of it, then this reading is for you, and we'll proceed to tarot. And if it's not, then feel free to choose a different pile. We have the moon in Gemini with the number 3 in the 3rd house. So some of you could have your moon in Gemini. Let me know if you do. I'm curious. I know my mom does. She has her moon in Gemini. The time that the moon transits Gemini which I believe is April 22nd to around the 24th. That time might be important for you. April 3rd might be important to you. And perhaps the month of March in general required you to adapt in some way, shape, or form, whether that be a mindset that was no longer serving you, a relationship you needed to sort of change the circumstances or the expectations surrounding that in order to move on to something else. Also, the new moon and full moon in Gemini might be a very powerful time for you this year. The new moon occurs on June 18th. The full moon occurs during Sagittarius season on November 27th. So those two dates might matter as well. We have the 13th. So the 13th of April might also be of significance, as well as the 4th and the 16th. So we have Linus. You've earned all your stripes. Rain, liquid abundance. And we have perseverance with turquoise and the 12. So, between the 12th and the 13th, that could also be a significant time with the earth element highlighted. So a strengthening of the throat chakra, as well as the sacral and solar plexus, are going to be the focus here. And appetite, speaking of, is something that drives our focus and concentration on the right things, so to speak. When I was holding this card, I got this message that plants thrive. Not all plants grow the same, right? Yes, they require soil and water and sunlight, but in different amounts. And, and plants thrive in different temperatures and things like that. There's also cactuses that don't require a lot of water, and they have those, they have the ability to hold on to water and conserve it. And just like plants that grow in varying conditions, so do you. So you might need to adapt the environment by that which you're in, or maybe you're finding a new environment, whether this be one that requires you to leave your home for, so maybe some of you are leaving this work from home era to one where you are working out in the field and you are interacting with others. You have earned all your stripes, I think, is also telling me to guard against comparison of yourself to others. You do not know someone else's story or fairy tale, so to speak. Read more. That's another message that is coming out for some of you. If that's something if reading is a hobby that maybe you have fallen back on and you feel called to open up a fiction book maybe, or a nonfiction, especially if you're going on some sort of vacation or spring break trip, pass the time by reading and gaining information, because information is power that you can use in any moment that you need it, right? We have close relatives like aunts, uncles, cousins, as well as siblings and neighbors, or those close in your circle, that's important. I have this vision of you learning more about the environment before you enter it, so that you feel more prepared to sort of take on what is required of you. Perseverance is something that you are going to be embracing in April. Maybe your patience is getting to the best of you and you're really struggling. So hang on to that which you can control. I'm going to get some bananagrams. Someone is admiring you, pile 3. You might not know who it is yet, but they watch how you walk and how you talk. They really admire you, okay? We have STAT, statistic. You might be a rare statistic, or you might be working in statistics in some way, shape, or form. State of mind, an altered state of mind. Stated, like I've stated this before, so maybe in some instances you're noticing that you have to repeat yourself, and that can be frustrating. But just remember that these challenges are here to make you stronger. Maybe you started something new and now you're resuming it. Okay. Let's see. We have it started it. Oh my gosh. Do you know how weird that is? Like I've never, some of you might be going on the Eras tour. Oh my gosh. The Eras tour, because Taylor already started it. I'm seeing that you're finishing something that you started earlier, perhaps even in March or between January and March, and now you're finishing it in April. This could even be as simple as like a puzzle. But I'm seeing that you may benefit from a change of scenery as well, or at least planning to take a change of scenery. Liquid abundance, right, is one way to look at rain. But some people might look at rain and be like, it's raining. I can't leave my house. I can't go outside. Well, sometimes you have to suck it up, and sometimes you see things differently in the rain, right? I'm hearing that song by Hilary Duff, Come Clean. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. Has to say. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm doubting my words. Some of you might get tongue twisted. We also have star. So wishing upon a shooting star, looking more into astrology, and your natal chart might be something that you're looking into. If your birthday is in April, happy birthday. Also to all my Arians and my Taurians that are watching this. So I'm going to kind of do one card for each section: love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. Okay, so love and relationships for my pile 3s, April 2023. Some of you might also be healing your relationship with food, or just being more intentional about food. You're learning to love your body. Okay. Okay, so in love, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Tower card. So decisions about your health and your home, whether that be yours or your partner, could have an effect on a relationship. One of you could be getting a promotion that allows you to get out of the house more. Like some of you might receive some unexpected abundance or unexpected recognition that really propels one of your careers forward. Okay. Some of you might be making some changes to your diet, like in terms of like, okay, maybe some of you are just trying to eat less dairy. Okay. Like, and I'm like, obviously this is an example, like take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And then maybe, for example, this desire to want to eat more dairy-free foods really helps you and your partner like get motivated to pay more attention to your health. Some of you could be meeting the family, okay? Like meeting each other's family. Or you might have to be, like, you might be dealing with their family, like your other significant other's family, as a result of like some sort of situation that you are having to deal with, whether this be a separation, whether this be like maybe your babysitter bails last minute and you need to call the boyfriend's mom, or something, or the significant other's mom. I am seeing that you might benefit from a mediator or a counselor to mitigate and help each of you understand perspective when it comes to disagreements, okay, and having misunderstandings, especially if this has been ongoing, okay, and like some of you have like just made the observation that maybe your partner makes that verbal commitment but doesn't necessarily follow through, and you're seeking a more compassionate approach to find a solution that you both can agree on. This person might have dark hair and brown eyes. Okay, that's typically, I don't usually give appearances, but I felt called to. This person could even be you, okay? And your earth energy shining through, because we do have the earth element. So some of you could have Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, or this could reflect that of someone who's relevant to the situation. This is someone who's a kind, generous giver. They usually don't feel obligated to take. And that might be something where you feel guilty about asking for your needs, but that is beyond the truth. You have the authority to do so, and if your needs are not being met, especially long term, then perhaps you've had to rethink this relationship. And something tells me that this person sort of abandoned ship. Like they got out of this and sort of left you hanging to pick up the pieces. I don't feel like you were sexually satisfied, or you are coming to that realization that you need to feel sexually satisfied. This is someone who's also very family oriented, and so maybe one of you wanted to settle down more so than the other. They just didn't make that quite clear. You are a boss ass bitch. Like, I don't know. I'm seeing Libra energy for this group, but like I could be wrong. I'm not excluding, like, just if I don't mention certain placements, or if I mention placements that don't fit yours, that doesn't mean that this is not your pile. Okay, let's get a love oracle for I just heard that, like, be the bigger person, especially if you are arguing. Like, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And also answer the question, what is it that you want? Okay? We have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. I think some of you like to keep your problems, like keep the wall up, okay? And be there for everyone else. And this is your sign. We also have you deserve love. Okay, you are lovable. So finding ways to show yourself self-love is going to be extremely healing for you during this time. Some of you might even be Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in your big four. Well, big three or Venus. When I say big four, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see what our tea leaf has to say. With regards to Pile 3's love life in April. I'm seeing this visual of someone admiring you from across the room. That was way too many. I'll take these two. You just hear that car honking? Like driving, there's a lot of boundaries. Like, for example, the speed limit is a boundary set by the government. Some people follow it, some people do not. And then other people get really upset at you if you are going slower than the speed limit. And that's why we have different lanes, and that's why we have blinkers, right? We're constantly communicating, whether or not we are conscious of it. So tea leaf. We have a chain of events that will affect your life. For some of you, you are entering your spiritual awakening, and this, if you are going through a separation, April could be like just the beginning of this dark night of the soul, okay? I believe there are 7 stages. Or there's like a chain link that you meet someone through a chain of people. We have Arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. I think especially if you have chosen to walk away out of necessity, this is probably for the best, right? Because we also do have the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And the Two of Wands indicates a choice that is made between 2 different passions. And this is Buffy. This is the Buffy deck. So, I mean, making that, like, Buffy sees slaying as a duty, right? She doesn't have to, but she couldn't live with the peril that she would put her friends and the town of Sunnydale and the rest of the world in if she didn't, okay? And so this is choosing something for the sake of it being best, not just for you, but for the other person, okay? And then we have we have the Two of Wands, and then we have the Two of Cups. And this is Faith and Buffy, which I really, really like that imagery because they started off as friends, but there's 2 different coins. They represent their attitudes about slayage and being a slayer is like 2 sides of the same coin. I could go on and on about Buffy. I'm reading a philosophy book right now, all about it, okay? Anyways, the song Follow Your Arrow by Casey Musgraves, that might also have a special message for you in there. I don't know why I'm picking that up. But, all right, career and studies for my pile 3s in April 2023. Technically, you can watch this in any month. I try to make the year irrelevant, but here, April. Okay. We have the Star in reverse. So maybe you received an offer that you weren't expecting to receive. This might have been like a surprise, or you weren't expecting things to play out the way that they did. It may not be exactly what you wanted, but Spirit is telling me that, like, yeah, because we have Temperance on the back, and Temperance is Jupiter energy and expansion, right? So, for example, you might be working 2 jobs, or you might be balancing your side hustle with your day job. And this is saying to me that, like, you are going to receive the abundance and the recognition that you deserve as long as you maintain focus and you maintain concentration. And yes, this might require you to adapt a little bit in terms of how you choose to prioritize, your schedule, for example. Like, maybe you don't have as much time to watch TV as you would like because you have to film YouTube videos or you have to promote your services. However, you could do batch tasks, right? And then that way you have pre-filmed content and you're able to have free time later. Like, it's all about compromise with yourself, I'm hearing in April. So you might have to do a little bit extra work in order to have a bit of a break, but Spirit is telling me that it's doable. Okay, that it's not too much. Also, doing something that you enjoy kind of helps give a little bit more fulfillment, right? And this could even be a job that you carry with you as you pursue higher education or you pursue your certificate program or something like that. We have children again. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. I got that from somewhere else. So some of you could be in education. Some of you could be, yoga teachers for kids, or you could even decide to teach like a dance class for kids, like something that's super entertaining and fun for them. We also have you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So again, the Star in reverse is telling me to tell you to have faith that things are going to work out. Even if you can't see the full picture yet, your spirit guides are telling me to tell you that everything is good. Everything is good in the hood. I don't know why I'm hearing the 22nd for some reason, but like the 14th, the 17th, and the 22nd might also be important when it comes to you receiving news about a job, okay? Or that might be the date that you begin this job. Let me reset my camera. The Star card in reverse and the Temperance, I also heard you might not have, again, the necessary knowledge. Like, you still might be going for your master's, for example, especially if you're going for, like, a therapist degree. So, like, having a day job and maybe even pursuing something that's a bit more creative to help with that fulfillment. Okay, we have God is your source. Everything you need is applied by the infinite source of God or the universe, if that's not your jam. And your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there's no lack or limitation. Rather, there's plenty of abundance for all to share. This is also, I think, a sign that if your friends, for example, are succeeding and making strides in their careers, and maybe you're not, rather than allowing envy to get the best of you, see it as driftwood. If it is possible for them, then it is possible for you. We also have on the back of this deck, organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you. It's simply a way to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Also, the 18th, I believe, is the final day of tax season. So if you haven't paid your taxes and you need to, that might be something that would benefit from that organization and getting your stuff together, okay? All right, let's get a tea leaf oracle for my pile twos. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. So for example, let's say you are set to have like 3 different interviews, 1, 2, and 3. Maybe 1 is for a position that you know nothing about, and then 2 are for positions that you have worked in similar fields before. But this is sort of like, don't blow your own smoke up your ass. Like, don't say like, okay, I don't have to prepare because I know all of this or whatever. Like, you will only benefit, your answers will only benefit and appear more, provoking if you prepare. I'm not saying that like this is the case for everybody, but, or let's say a boss might be this dragon who's blowing smoke up your ass and saying that, you're going to receive this, you're going to receive X, Y, and Z. Like, give it an expiration date or ask if they can be more explicit in their expectations. We also have a cup. You should accept valid criticism. This is, again, going back to that beginner's mindset. Just because you've been in the field for a certain number of times, like, doesn't mean that you can no longer learn anything or that you're the expert, okay? And if somebody is coming across as an expert, then they're not leaving themselves any room for growth. All right. Personal and spiritual growth. Personal and spiritual growth. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups it talks about emotional maturity. It talks about having space to give yourself, like creating space so that you can feel your emotions. This is validating how you feel. And this is staying strong and resilient in times of emotional distress. Perhaps not necessarily allowing people to notice that you're going through something, and having that maturity to not allow personal biases to affect your judgment. The Queen of Cups can also serve as a therapist, someone to help you understand your subconscious drives and dynamics. I've noticed we have 2 queens. So this might also be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising that is having a profound effect on you in April. Okay, let's see. Can you clarify this Queen of Cups? Okay, wow, 4 cards. Ted might be a name, or like a name that starts on a T. T, a D, an E, an I. Maybe like those are their initials for some of you. We have dog, protection from a powerful friend. Even if you cannot see this person, even if this person's soul is in another dimension, know that your guides are watching over you. Or perhaps a dog that has passed before is watching over you during this time. We have shield. You need to defend yourself. So this Queen of Cups, this is not letting other people walk over you like a doormat. This is holding space and creating those boundaries for self-protection. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be rude either, right? This is advocating and letting everyone know that this is your line in the sand. So we have dog, we have shield, we have axe, forces working against you. This is understanding that maybe not everybody is going to be happy with the judgment that you decide ultimately. Knowing when to walk away from an argument rather than when to fight. To me, I'm getting fight or flight, but I'm seeing that you are being the bigger person and you're choosing not to put another person down when they're trying to kind of get the best of you. Oopsies. We also have turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. And it's interesting because, like, I feel like this turkey used to have a special spot in your heart. Like, maybe you knew that they weren't the sharpest tool in the shed, but you stood by them anyway because you genuinely loved them. And this is saying that, you know what? Some people they don't learn from their mistakes. Okay, they don't learn from their experiences. Only you can be that light for yourself. And I think in April you're being shown the path that you're taking, and you're seeing validation from that as well. Okay, let's get I'm feeling called to pull one more oracle card. I'm going to pull from the Rose Oracle just because it's a beautiful deck and I don't... Oh! Wait, you know when you like almost bend a card the wrong way? It's like... Okay, well, two cards decided to grace us with their presence, so I'm going to take them both. We have Rapture, Sensuality, Love, Devotion, Romance, Ecstasy, and Pleasure. Maybe you're tapping into your sensual side. You're making meals, okay, for yourself that showcase a palette of flavor that really screams at your taste buds. You are romanticizing dates with yourself. You are making yourself the main character here. For those of you who are in relationships, I think April is calling you to embracing that physical intimacy with the other person. Okay. There's an essay by Audre Lorde called, I think it's The Power of the Erotic, and you might benefit from reading that essay. We also have Trust the Seasons, Embracing Change, Cycles of Life, Transition, and Growth. Your higher self, your future self, they know that this path that you are being sort of pushed to take may not be your choice voluntarily, but it is for your highest good. And though you cannot recognize, or you might not recognize, the full power that this new life provides, you are being called to awaken this fire within and sort of stand your ground and persevere through this path, even when there's rainy times, or even when there's times when you don't feel like fighting anymore. This is reassurance that you have protection. You have the tenacity to keep growing and to keep going. All right, let's finish this reading off with some Astral cards. So I'm going to get the 3 signs that are going to be the most prominent. This could be your sun, moon, or rising, or that of someone else. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong ass dice. We have Aries. We have Cancer. Cardinal signs. Aries, Cancer, and Gemini. Aries, Cancer, Gemini might be of significance. Sun, moon, rising, or Venus. And then we have Virgo. Okay, Mars and Virgo in the 2nd house. This is concentrated efforts to organize your finances, to organize and make doctor's appointments as needed. This might also be taking action to improve your diet. Okay, so like maybe your body is reacting negatively to what it is that you're putting in your body. And I never advocate for limiting or restrictive dieting. Obviously, if your doctor recommends that you try something in your diet to reduce cholesterol or to lower blood pressure, I know some people in my life right now that they're pre-diabetic, and obviously sometimes that comes with age because your body doesn't process insulin like maybe it once did, and so you are making efforts to organize and make changes surrounding the way that you physically nurture your body. This could also be like making sure you're getting enough protein so that like especially for those of you who are strength training, like that your body can handle it. Some of you might be trying to make the shift from coffee to tea. I know that's very random. And others of you might be like doing some sort of challenge or having some sort of accountability partner to make sure that you stay on track and you commit to what you say that you're going to do. And I would say start small, and also, set an arbitrary timeline and start with 3 days or 5 days at a time. You don't have to go cold turkey because I think that generates a lot more fear. Writing things down is going to help you get things done. So making a list, maybe getting a new planner or updating your calendar, organizing your inbox is something that I'm seeing for some of you as well. So that's all for now. Oh, some of you might be saving for a trip you're taking between May and June. Okay, so keep that in mind. I love you. I'm sending all of the good vibes and vibrations your way for the month of April. And make sure you like this video if it resonated with you, and hit that subscribe button for more pick a card readings on this channel. Thank you so much. Toodles!